Hello and welcome. You're listening to Skipping Through Theatre. This is a podcast where we celebrate the magic of performance, from the unforgettable musicals and the powerful plays to the TV shows we can't stop talking about, and the behind-the-scenes stories that bring it all to life. It's about the laughter, the drama, and the moments that stay with us long after the curtain falls. So settle in and let's dive into today's episode.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Skipping Through Theatre podcast, where we chat about all things musical theatre, performances and life on stage.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Maddie, and today we're joined by an incredible performer who has been a part of some truly amazing productions.
Our guest today has performed in the West End production of Evita and toured the UK in Jesus Christ Superstar and has been in many other amazing productions.
So please give a huge warm welcome to Myla Carmen.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. Really excited to be here.
So we're so glad you're here. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Myla, when did you first realise performing was something you wanted to do professionally?
That's such a good question because I don't remember, honestly, there was one point in time. It wasn't one certain moment. It was oh, I really like dancing. So I started dancing, and I was like, oh, I like singing. So I started singing, and I like acting. So I started acting. And then I was like, well, I could do all of these three things at the same time. And went into training because I was like, oh, I can do it all. And then now I'm here. It was kind of like a culmination, and it just sort of kept building up and up. And then I'm like, oh, I just enjoy this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And fortunately now I get paid for it, which is pretty cool.
So did you go to a theatre school when you were younger? Or?
Yeah, so I went into training at 16. I went to Italia Conti, and prior to that, I was just doing dance training at Trinity Laban under Center for Advanced Training, which was like a contemporary and ballet dance scheme. So I was doing that prior to Conti, and then prior to that I was at Zoo Nation's Academy, which was like a hip-hop and street dance academy. So those were sort of my formal training grounds and areas, alongside Rhythm Studio as well, which is a rock and pop academy. So that's where I was sort of studying singing. So those were the main places I was actually learning my skills, I would say.
So was there a particular show or moment that made everything click for you?
Oh my gosh, so do you mean show before I was doing it professionally?
Yeah.
I remember there are a few moments, but I remember one of the first shows I did, which was when I was about 12 or 13, with BYMT, British Youth Music Theatre. I did Sweat Factory with them, which was quite a dark musical, I must say, but I really enjoyed the creativity and the devising of it because it was a new musical that we were sort of creating with the team, and I really liked that side, and I met so many amazing people on as part of the cast that were part of the cast, and we all got along really well. So I thought that sort of sense of family I really enjoyed, and doing the show with them, that was sort of one of my first experiences in MT, and I was like, oh, I really want to keep doing this. But then I remember one moment that really clicked for me after that was doing Parade with National Youth Music Theatre at the Other Palace, and that was this I gotta keep doing because it's just absolutely wonderful, and having a cast that were all so dedicated and a team that were really dedicated makes the production and show just that much more enjoyable. It makes such a difference having a team that really cares about the work and the art that we're creating, for sure. Yeah.
That really shows that you're a big family though.
Oh, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think I feel like I've been very lucky with the shows I've done, with Amdram and professionally. Like, I feel like we've always connected and clicked very, very well. And I feel like that's such a big part of a show and can really make or break a show, in all honesty. Because it can make a show so difficult to do if you maybe don't get along as a cast as well. Of course, you'll always stay professional, but it just makes such a difference, especially when you're on stage, because you just feel like you're being held a lot more, and
Mm.
the support is just, yeah, it's just wonderful, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. What did your training journey look like?
Well, yeah, so touched on it a little bit, but in sort of in order. um, it was, I started just with classes, obviously, when I was younger, like with dancing and stuff. And
Mm.
then I was doing Zoo Nation, sort of once or twice a week, I can't remember. And that was just their academy. And then I was started with Rhythm Studio. That was sort of my first sort of formal training in singing. And that was like rock and pop music. And I was doing that from 12 to 18. And then I joined the CAT Scheme Center for Advanced Training at Trinity Laban for dancing. And then at 16, I started training at Italia Conti. And that was for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Because, yeah, and then I graduated at 19. But yeah, Conti was, I'd say, like the amalgamation of everything that I had been working on prior, and then bring it all into like one space to train in, and really sort of form myself as a performer and prepare myself for the industry professionally, for sure. Yeah.
So what was like the course you done at Italia Conti? Was it like musical theatre or?
Yeah, so the course specifically was music. It's like level 6 diploma in musical theater, essentially, was what it was. I don't know if that's like the official name, but that's what the course was. It was 3 years of crazy intense training. But
Gosh.
it's worth it, guys. Like, as long as you keep, like, keep at it and you keep disciplined, like, it's totally worth it. But yeah, that was the specific course was level 6, because I know there's like the degree course too, but the difference between those are like there's just like more writing, I believe, in the degree course, as the diploma course is a lot more vocational. I think is the right word. Just like the less writing, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest challenge for you early on?
I mean, I could fully do a whole podcast on just that, but don't worry, I won't. So the biggest challenge, there's so many, but I would say like one thing is really hard, especially like in musical theater, is like people can be really quick to pigeonhole you into certain cast types or roles or whatever it may be. And that can be to your advantage, but it can also be to your disadvantage, because then people only see you as one thing, whereas I think everyone in this industry is very multifaceted, and people learn so many different skills, and it's, I think, in the long run, such a detriment to and it kind of puts yourself down if you're, be true to who you are, and that can be really
Yeah.
difficult. Obviously a lot easier said than done. But yeah, that's one thing I noticed, especially like in training. Obviously, like, I'm a more rock background, and I love rock musicals. I would always love to do that, no doubt about it. But I love, like, I love anything goes. I'd love to be in musicals like that too. And I think it's just, fighting for who you are as a performer, and being like, I can do these things, and not sort of lessening yourself, if that's a word,
Yeah.
yourself, or casting directors or teachers or whoever it may be, like, and if it's in a training sense or in a professional sense or an amdram, like whatever it is, it's like, this is who I am, this is me, these are my skills, this is what I can do, and making sure that's shown, and you're not trying to show what they want you to be, like you're not trying to please them, is essentially, I guess, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So let's talk Evita. How did that opportunity come about?
Well, pretty much like all the opportunities with work so far for me has been like my agent submitted me for Evita. To be honest, I don't even think I realized it was coming to town. I was a bit in the dark about that, I must say. But it was like, where are we right now? So, yeah, so 2024 must have been November time. I got, I believe, the first email through for Evita, like the my agent submitted me, and then I got my first audition through, which was, I believe, a dance audition, and that's essentially how it came about in the first round, first part. Yeah.
What was the audition process like for such a high-profile West End production?
It was a lot of repetition, but to be fair, a lot of auditions can be like that because you're showing it to different parts of like the creative team. You're showing the same thing but to different parts of the creative team. And so the process it wasn't that long. It was what I'm used to, I guess. It was about 6 rounds, I think. And
Were you just doing the same thing?
Not all of it. Not all of it, but it was sort of like taking, like, for example, in the dance rounds, I want to say there were 2 or 3 dance rounds. It was like, I think it was like 3 dance rounds and 3 singing rounds, I think. Don't take my word for it, but that's how I remember it. I should have probably got my emails and double checked all of this beforehand. That would have been a hot minute for me. But it was like, the first round was definitely dance, because I remember doing that and being like, I gotta be in this production because Fabian's choreo is sick. It was honestly so awesome. And then straight after, it was a singing round. So that was first dance singing round was on the first day. That was like, they did a cut straight after the dance round. And then I got a call after the singing round, a recall. And I think that was singing again. And that was for just like harmonies. Like, they just wanted to go through harmonies with me. So I was doing like soprano, alto, mezzo. And they just wanted to hear like a few different bits and pieces from the show. And then there was another dance round with partner work, which was so fun. I don't know what you've seen of Evita. Did you guys go and see Evita?
No, we haven't.
I really wanted to, though. I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure it will come back at some point.
Hopefully.
But, yeah, fingers crossed. But I don't know what like footage you've seen of it, but like a lot of it was like partner work. And like a lot of it was partner orientated, and I just remember doing, again, dance rounds, and they were like, seeing who works with who, and who's comfortable dancing with who, and that was really fun, just like, getting to meet people in the space and dancing with them. And a lot of the guys that I danced with were actually, we ended up all being in the cast together, so that was really nice, actually. And then there was another singing round, I believe, like straight after that dance round. And then it was like, I believe, one last round. It was for Jamie specifically. And to basically go in and just do a quick like, hey to Jamie, how's it going? And sing some of the bits from Evita. just like harmonies again, and they're just like, oh, can you just tweak it and do that, or like, you know, we just want to hear this vowel a bit more open. They were being very specific, but you know, that's how specific you gotta
The
be when you're
West
doing
End,
Evita.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yes.
yeah, that was pretty much it in a nutshell. If I'm going, just I was trying to go really quickly because it was a lot to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was sort of about it. And then yeah, it must have been fifth or sixth round. Then I got the call, and it was like, "You're in. You got it." Yeah.
But the nice thing about having all those rounds is that like you're able to get used to the people you might be working with. As
Oh,
like having the partner work, it definitely shows
mm,
to the casting people, but it also like allows you to, because it's more of a deeper connection you need to like actually be able
mm.
to work well with someone, and it really shows how you are as a person as well.
Yeah, for sure. That yeah, you totally get it. You're ready for the industry now. It is exactly that. Like, obviously, especially with partner work, when you're just meeting someone, like, in what other industry do you just meet someone in an audition and then suddenly you have to, like, be really
Click.
physical with this person and,
Mm.
like, you're dancing with them and you have to, like, you not have to be, but, like, you need to have a certain level of,
Yes.
comfortableness with these people that you've just met, like, 10 minutes ago,
Mhm. Yeah.
whilst trying to show Fabian and the panel like this is I can be in your show and like this is right for me and you know all of that jazz. But yeah, no, it was nice to like meet these people and everyone was really like what was really nice, everyone was really comfortable in their own skin and really professional and respectful, and that means like when you're dancing with them and when they're lifting you, especially like it makes you feel a lot calmer and um safer with them because you literally are like being held upside down by these people like they
Yeah.
yeah, you need to have like a certain level of trust and knowing going in and knowing that is really nice because it's like, oh, I remember you from the audition, oh my god, I'm gonna be fine, like that's quite nice.
Definitely, yeah.
Mm. Do you remember where you were when you found out you got the job?
I do. I remember reading this question when he sent it to me, and I was like, I remember it very vividly because I was um I was on set for a film I was doing over Christmas. I was doing that for a few weeks, and I was getting my hair done. It was early morning. It was like it must have been about no, it wasn't early, but it was about 10 or 11 in the morning and everything was a bit
Mm.
rushed because I think we were late to set and stuff. And I just remember my agent calling me and being like, "Is this a good time to call?" I'm like, "I don't see a better time on the horizon. So, what is it?" And he was like, "Okay, so I've just got an offer through for you from Evita." And yeah, I just remember sort of screaming and everyone like running into like the where we were all getting ready and I was like, is Myla okay? They're like, Myla just got a Vita. And I'm like, guys, you can't tell anyone. It's an NDA. So yeah, that was really sweet. Like it was a really nice like crowd I was with on set. So it was like really nice to sort of share that news with them.
Mm.
And be around like really supportive people when that happened. But yeah, it was just really funny because it's such a frenzy, and then like that happened, and it was like, oh my god, okay, there's so much to do, and I've got contracts to sign now. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good day though.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
how just like the pure joy. Because how
Yeah,
long did it take until you actually got the call back?
you know what? It wasn't long, cause
Really?
it was like
Oh.
December at this point. It was like I want to say, mate, no, I think it was a day after my last audition.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
That's quick.
really quick.
Yeah, it was either because I might be getting it wrong because I know JCS, Jesus Christ Superstar, that was I got the
Mm.
offer a day after my audition, definitely. With Evita, it was either a day after or it was a week after. It was
But
quite
that's
a
still
quick, still very
that's
quick.
very very
'Cause
quick.
I've
Mm.
heard I've heard stories of like people, waiting like month or two. And
Mm.
I have been really lucky with all my jobs in MT and in like screen stuff. I usually hear within a week or a few days, and that's a dream for. That would be nice to have that as a standard. I think I've just been really lucky.
Yeah.
Mm.
What's it like sharing the stage with Rachel Zegler?
Oh, okay. Well, Rachel, I mean, she really is honestly, like she is a class act. Like she really sets the standard for professionalism, for musical theater, for working in the West End. I mean, of course, on Broadway too, because she's done a bit there too. But she really is like a leading lady. She supported the cast with so much grace and like support and love, and I mean, in return, we gave her that too, and that was really lovely because you know you hear stories of like some sort of leading people can be a bit like
Yeah.
divas and stuff, and Rachel was so far from that. I mean, if there's like an issue that arose as a cast, she was there with us, and she was sort of you know the spokesperson for us if we needed help. And working with her on stage, like she's such a force to be reckoned with, and in the best way possible. Like she's just, ugh, her voice is insane, her acting's insane. Like she's a lovely person. Like you can't complain. I just hope people realize like this is the standard that should really we should be working everyone should be working towards. It should be like inspiration, motivation for you
Yeah.
guys coming into musical theater. Like
Mm.
um and she's wonderful to share the share the stage with. We were also on stairs, but share the stairs with too. But yeah, no, there was no like ego to her at all, which was really really lovely, and
Yeah, she was a
the-
genuine person.
really genuine, and I loved her dog. The dog was wonderful.
What dog did she have? What?
Oh god, and we're gonna get it wrong. It was, I believe, Lenny was a cockapoo. Uh,
Yes.
Cockapoo
Was
or a
it
cavapoo. Yeah,
Oh.
he was little ginger, like sort of gingery.
Did she bring
And
him into the set to meet you all?
yeah, he would usually be in on our like our
Oh.
double show days, like on Thursdays and Saturdays. So I'd go down and be like, hey, can I come talk to Lenny? I love you too, but I want to talk to the dog. And yeah, Lenny was a big hit with the cast. He was sort of like, yeah, he
The
was just,
motivation.
yeah, he was sort of like the mascot for Evita.
Yeah. How did you find performing it night after night?
Mate, honestly, that show, like, obviously, I just done, well, not just, but like the year before finished Jesus Christ Superstar with Drew McConey, and Fabian and Drew are very similar choreographers in the way like their style is really involved and really intense. Like you need stamina, like you just have to have it, otherwise you're just not going to get through the show. So I feel very lucky to have been able to have had kind of like that preparation, really.
Yeah. Sounds like you needed it.
Yeah, for Fabians, because you're singing, cool, but then you're also running up and down stairs, okay, and then you're also dancing. um
A
and
lot.
a lot. And I was obviously not doing the show like every night because obviously I was a swing.
Mm.
But I was honestly, bar maybe one or a few nights, I was pretty much on every night doing something different. But you keep the cast again, like, is one reason you can keep doing that show, because you're just excited to be on stage with them every night because it's just a joy to be with them. But it's also like, you know, it is a combination of like years of discipline and training, so then you're able to do something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. I can't lie. That show was not easy. It's not made to do for like a year-long run. Like, I don't. Okay, I couldn't see myself doing that for a year. I feel like my body might fall. This. It's a hard
How
show.
Mm.
how
Yeah.
long did you do it for?
For Evita, I did for 3 months. We trained for, I think, just a little under 2 months, so it was like in
Yeah.
total a 5 contract.
Mm.
But I mean, yeah, especially like doing double show days with Evita.
Oof.
Whew,
Yeah.
that could be tricky. I mean, I was really just napping in between. And I mean, we're really lucky with our dressing rooms. They're absolutely lovely. I'm really lucky with the Palladium, but yeah, like it was intense, but as much as it was hard, like it's hard work that I'm happy to do because it's exactly like where I was planning to be. Like this is not, it's
Yeah.
not like this was what the hard work was for. So, you know, when you enjoy your job, you're not working a day in your life.
Exactly. I think that's a nice thing though, because obviously that's something you've worked up towards and it's finally been like, wow, I'm here. But this is so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, man, there were, of course, like you have your days where you're like, oh my God, I really just would like to be in bed right now. And that's normal. Like it's inevitable. That's gonna happen. But you're going to work knowing like you're not dreading going to work. It's just like it'd be nice to, you know, be in bed, but hey, I'm going to work. I'm doing something pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Very fun.
Really cool.
I can't complain too much. So
Because
yeah,
that's insane. That is insane.
yeah, I mean, it is crazy, like especially when you're up there like on stage and you're looking at
The
all
adrenaline.
yeah, honestly, that show is like an adrenaline rush. Like it's like an adrenaline shot every night. Just I mean, also like the audience were honestly like in general, like the audiences were amazing, and that can be like a big factor too because you know you put so much into it. And if the audience are like silent, it can be so
It can get
like
awkward.
yeah, it can get awkward, it can get draining. And it just, you know, they're a part of the show as much as the cast are because they're onlookers, they're witnesses to what we're doing. So there is that part, that element that I feel like is really important. But you know, you might be halfway through and really tired, but the cast will always like lift you up, and yeah.
Moving on to Jesus Christ Superstar, how did that job come into your life?
Sort of similar to Evita, I must have been, gosh, this is a while ago now. So that was like my agent submitted me for it, and I had my first round, which was, I believe, around Bond Street, and that was just a singing round. And that was sort of how that came about. Was sort of the first audition. It was just being submitted for it on Spotlight. Yeah.
So how different was touring compared to working in the West End?
Oh my gosh, it's hard. I can't lie. It's so hard. It's not something that's for me specifically. I always knew I'm a very much a homebody, so I always knew like touring was never gonna be my bag, but for Jesus Christ Superstar, which was one of like my bucket list shows, like I just desperately wanted to be in that show. I was like, right, for JC, I'll tour. And the difference, it's just another level of like it's just another challenge because you're not at home. So there's that factor. You're looking for your own accommodation. Yes, the company will give you money on top of like what you're being paid for, like your weekly like budget for finding accommodation, but it's hard. It's sometimes you get to the Airbnb and it's not what it's meant to be, or you have to cancel last minute because of XYZ, or your trains have been canceled. Like there's so many factors. So sometimes you might end up rarely this happened. I think this only happened once, but I think I like was late once to the get-in day for like when you travel up to the new city and you're getting in for like tech run and like the quick tech run and rehearsals and stuff for the first show in the city. And like you can't do anything because the train's canceled or disappeared somewhere, it's gone the wrong way. There's so many things, honestly. It's just that bit because you don't have to worry about any of that when you're in town or just doing something in one city, like
because everything's in one place.
Exactly. So there's that, and then also getting used to a different theater each week. So JC was weekly touring. So obviously some shows like they'll do monthly, or every 2 months they'll change city, but like JC, like you would just start to settle at the end of the week into the theater, but then you're like, well, I have to get ready and pack and get ready for the next city. And it's the configuration of each theater is so different. So obviously, like audience perspective, you're only seeing the stage and the auditorium and where you're sitting and all that. But backstage, a lot of these the majority obviously were like really old theaters, so they're like mazes backstage. So it takes a week just to like figure out where your dressing room is, which can be a lot, especially when you're doing JC and you're going up tons of flights of stairs and
running about.
running about, you're already sweating. So yeah, there's that element. Like it's hard to settle because obviously I was doing weekly touring, so comparing that to like I mean, there's such extremes, right? Like I was weekly touring with JC, and that's a really grueling show as well, compared to like being on a very lush Jamie Lloyd company production at the Palladium. Like my travel was 20 minutes like every day. Like I mean, sometimes I was traveling like 40 minutes to an hour with wherever I was staying, because a lot of the time, like if I was able to stay with like a friend or a family, I would, just to save a bit of money, and sometimes I would be a little further out. So there's those factors that can be really hard to navigate, especially like when you're new to touring, because that was my first tour as well. So yeah, like I think the hard thing was like sometimes the theaters could be really small, and JC is a massive production. It's got a big set design, and it's a big company. I think it was just under 30 cast, and then you've got some of the band on stage too. You got like the MD, you had like the MD, the guitarist, the bassist, I believe, on stage, like in the sort of scaffolding of the set. So then that's like an extra thing to be wary of whilst you're dancing around. You don't want to hit a musician, because that would really affect the show.
Not be good.
Not ideal. And the space would be different every week, and that can be sometimes very disorientating, especially as a swing. Okay, so last week this so-and-so spot was here, but this week the same person's spot is actually miles away,
because the stage shapes are completely different.
And then sometimes like the point, like the start of the show, we were meant to run in from the audience. Sometimes we couldn't do that just because we couldn't access the stage from the audience. So there's that to factor. Like there's so many extra things to worry about week in, week out. I'm not selling touring well, am I?
No, it's like it's
There's
nice
pros and
that you're
cons.
yeah,
There's
it's
pros
nice
and
you're
cons.
getting to see like the different atmospheres, but
Yeah,
obviously that just sounds so overwhelming.
but I think you get to see all these places. Like, I mean, we went to Inverness, and I loved Inverness. I have a lot of family in Scotland, so I always love going up to Scotland anyway. But I'd never been to Inverness, so I got to go to Loch Ness, which was really cool. And like, yeah, you get to see places that you maybe wouldn't see otherwise.
Yeah.
Which I feel like if you're into traveling, that's a great way because obviously you get paid. And I think it's a really good way to gain a bit of independence as well. Like you're away from home, and that can be obviously really daunting at any age in your life, really. And I think it's, as long as you can stay, so, like, you don't have to be like diligent in your organization, but as long as you stay like somewhat like organized and with like your meal prep and stuff, I think you can look after yourself really well. And you find like little rituals that you can do on tour that really help you sort of stay sane, I guess. And
What would a
yeah,
ritual of yours be?
one of mine, like when I got home, I would, to wind down, I would put on either Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Big Bang Theory. And I have got this thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, but this like spiky mat. So it's like lots of like spikes in the
Oh no!
yeah.
Oh, I've seen them.
They're really good. I highly, highly recommend those for like
How would you like?
like,
Oh no!
honestly, like they sound, the idea of them do sound like
Daunting.
daunting. I do understand that, but honestly, they do really help with recovery. Especially with a show like JC where
Yeah.
you really feel it in your neck and your back. So
Do you just like stand on it?
I would lie on it on my back. I would lie on it, and it just
Oh.
really helps with blood flow and your, like I said, recovery, just helping your muscles just recover a little quicker. And also, it does actually help with sleep. So it helps.
Whoa.
No,
Sleep on it? What?
No, that helps with sleep.
Yeah. So
okay.
usually I'd be on it for 10 to 20 minutes, so probably like an episode of Big Bang or Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Then I would probably head straight to bed, and like I would read maybe for 20 minutes or something and then go straight to bed. But it does help with that because it's basically just relaxing your body and releasing any tension from your body. So
that actually sounds really chill.
Yeah, it is. It was quite nice. And you just like little things like that. You find what works for you. And then like the dressing room, sometimes like again, I would put my headphones on and sort of boogie to a bit of music whilst I'm putting my makeup on, just to help me like, get in the zone and just sort of feel a little better, especially if I'm just like a little tired or down for whatever reason it may be. But yeah, you find like your own little like things that just help you out along the way, for sure.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to our legendary quickfire round. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Okay. Audition song you never get tired of.
Million Reasons by Lady Gaga.
Favorite musical theatre song?
All I've Ever Known, Hadestown.
Favorite Andrew Lloyd Webber show?
I'm gonna go with Evita.
Dream Roll.
Dream Roll. Something new. I want to be in something that I'm part of the creative process for. So a new musical.
Ooh, that would be cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Oh, awesome. Great.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, you too. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for sharing your experiences with us. It's been amazing.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone listening. Make sure to follow Skipping Through Theatre on social media and also your favourite stream platform, and keep an eye out for future episodes. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.